All right, so let's dive into something pretty cool today. Have you ever heard of being able to get on the first page of Google in just 5 days? I mean that sounds pretty
Five
wild.
days.
5 days, yeah.
That's unheard of.
Right. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. So we're looking at a case study about a photo booth company called Five Star Memories and their SEO journey, which was kind of all orchestrated by this expert Art Armani. So in this deep dive, we're going to try to figure out how they pulled it off and what we can all learn from their success.
Yeah, it's a really interesting story. It kind of shows how a focused approach can yield some pretty quick results.
Yeah, definitely. So Five Star Memories,
Hmm.
they're based in North and South Carolina. They've got all those cool photo booths, the classic ones, but also the 360 booths. They already had some basic SEO in place,
Hmm.
but they weren't seeing the results they were hoping for.
Yeah, they were getting lost in the shuffle a little bit,
Hmm.
which is understandable. SEO could be pretty tricky, especially if you're a local business and you're trying to stand out.
Yeah.
So that's when they decided to bring in the experts.
Okay.
They partnered up with Roll Up Ads, which is an SEO agency, and they specifically worked with Art Armani.
Okay. So Armani comes in, sizes up the situation, and what's the first thing he does?
First thing he does is get them set up with Google Search Console. Now, this is a free tool from Google, absolutely essential for anyone who wants to be found online.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like a direct line of communication between your website and Google itself.
Gotcha. So it's not just about putting a website out there and hoping people find it. You've got to actually tell Google, hey, this is what this site's all about. And Search Console helps you do that.
Exactly. Helps Google understand your site structure, index your pages correctly. It even gives you insights into what keywords people are using to find you. It's like having a window into how Google sees your site.
Okay, so they get set up on Search Console, and then what? What's the next piece of this SEO puzzle?
Content, my friend. Content is king. But it's not just about churning out any old content. It has to be strategic. It's got to be targeted. It has to be relevant to what your audience is actually searching for.
So how did they figure out what kind of content to create?
Well, Armani and his team, they really dug into Five Star Memories offerings, and they also looked at the local market. And they realized that there was a huge opportunity with the 360 photo booths, especially at this hot spot in Charlotte called Cordial Rooftop Bar.
Interesting. So they went hyper-local, targeting those people looking for that specific experience at that specific venue.
Exactly. It's all about understanding user intent. Who are the people searching? What are they looking for? How can we give them exactly what they want? So they created content all about 350 photo booths
Hmm.
at Cordial Rooftop Bar, showcasing Five Star Memories as the go-to experts for that experience.
Okay, so they've got the content, but it's not just about writing a blog post and calling it a day, right?
Oh, of course not. This is where on-page SEO comes in. They meticulously optimize the content with relevant keywords.
Yeah.
360 photo booth, Charlotte and C, 360 photo booth, Cordial Rooftop Bar, you name it. All those keywords strategically placed in the page title, headers, image, alt text. Basically all the places Google's bots look to understand what the page is about.
Gotcha. So it's like they were speaking Google's language, making it crystal clear what that page was about. But I'm curious, what made them focus so much on Cordial Rooftop Bar? Was there something specific about that venue?
Well, Cordial Rooftop Bar was a strategic choice for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's an incredibly popular venue, so they knew there would be a high volume of searches related to it. And second, by targeting a specific location like that, they were able to tap into this niche market and avoid competing with some of the bigger,
Mm-hmm.
more established photo booth companies. In the broader Charlotte area,
So it's not just about targeting keywords. It's about understanding the nuances of your local market and finding those pockets of opportunity where you can really stand out. I'm guessing that's a big part of what makes this whole hyper-local SEO strategy so effective.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's something that a lot of businesses overlook. They get so caught up in trying to rank for those broad keywords
Yeah.
that they miss out on the potential of targeting those hyper-specific searches
Hmm.
that can really drive qualified traffic to their site.
Right.
People who are actually looking for what they offer.
Exactly. Not just kind of generally interested.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the beauty of that hyper-local approach.
Yeah. It's like they found this way to laser focus their efforts and really hone in on the people who are most likely to become customers.
Yeah.
I'm sure our listener is like on the edge of their seat wondering, did it actually work? Like what happened after they put all this into action?
Well, before they launched this new content strategy,
Yeah.
Five Star Memories wasn't even on the first page of Google for any of their target keywords. But just 5 days after hitting publish, they landed on page 1 for a whole bunch of them.
5 days.
5 days.
That's crazy.
It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. I'm starting to see why this case study caught your eye.
And it gets even better. Remember that hyper-specific keyword phrase, 360 photo booth cordial rooftop bar. They snagged a #1 spot for that search.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So it's not just bragging rights at this point. What does this actually mean for Five Star Memories, like for their business?
Well, this is where we see the real impact of this strategy. Think about it. Someone's planning a party at Cordial Rooftop Bar. They want that unique 360 photo booth experience. They Google it, boom. Five Star Memories is right there at the top of the search result.
It's like they anticipated what people would search for before they even searched it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about being visible. Exactly when and where potential customers are searching.
This case study is like a perfect example of how powerful that can be.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it highlights the importance of thinking beyond just general keywords, capping into those hyper-local, long-tail keywords. That's how Five Star Memories was able to position themselves as the go-to experts for that specific service in that specific location.
Okay, so we've talked about Google Search Console, creating that targeted content, optimizing it with the right keywords. But I want to go back to the why this matters section of this case study for a minute. We've seen the results, but what can other businesses or even individuals learn from all this?
Well, I think this case study has some really valuable takeaways. For anyone who wants to improve their online visibility, first of all, it shows that SEO isn't this mysterious, complicated process that only experts can understand.
Right.
It's about taking a strategic approach, understanding your audience, and
Yeah.
giving them what they're looking for.
So it's about demystifying SEO a little bit.
Exactly. And it proves that you don't need a massive budget or a team of specialists to see results. Five Star Memories was able to achieve incredible success. With a focused strategy and a little bit of elbow grease,
That's really inspiring. It shows that even small businesses can compete with the big guys if they play their cards right. But what about those of us who aren't running a business? Is there something here for us too?
absolutely. Think about your own online presence. Maybe you're a blogger, an artist, a musician, or you just want to share your thoughts and ideas with the world. The same principles apply. If you want people to find you, you need to understand what they're searching for and create content that aligns with their needs and interests.
So whether you're selling photo booths or sharing your passion for pottery, it all comes back to understanding your audience and creating valuable, relevant content.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of a good SEO strategy. It can make all the difference in getting your content seen by the right people.
Okay, so let's say someone is inspired by Five Star Memories' success. They want to try something similar. Where do they even begin?
I always recommend starting with a solid keyword research strategy. Really get to know the keywords your target audience is using, to find information related to your business, your industry, or even your personal brand.
So it's not just about guessing what people are searching for. It's about doing the research, getting some real data.
Exactly. There's some great tools out there that can help you with this. Some free, some paid. But even something as simple as using Google's autocomplete feature can give you valuable insights into what people are searching for.
That's a great tip. And once you have those keywords, what do you do with them?
Well, you use them strategically throughout your content, but don't just stuff them in there for the sake of it. Make sure they flow naturally within the context of your writing. And remember, quality always trumps quantity. It's better to have a few pieces of well-written, highly relevant content than a ton of thin, keyword-stuffed content.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between optimizing for search engines
Yeah.
and creating content that people actually want to read.
Absolutely. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. They get so caught up in the technical side of SEO that they forget about the human element.
But ultimately, it's the human connection that matters most. If your content isn't engaging and informative, people aren't going to stick around, no matter how high you rank in search results.
That's why it's so important to think about the user experience. Make sure your website is easy to navigate, your content is well-written and visually appealing, and you're providing a positive experience for everyone who visits.
So good SEO is about more than just keywords and rankings. It's about creating a website that people actually want to visit and engage with.
Exactly. And when you do that, the rankings tend to take care of themselves. Google wants to reward websites that provide a valuable experience for users. So it's really a win-win situation.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the importance of understanding your audience, creating targeted content, and optimizing it for both search engines and humans. But is there anything else we can learn from Five Star Memories' success? Any other tools or tactics that we haven't mentioned yet? One thing that really stood out to me in this case study was how quickly 5-Star Memories saw results. I mean, 5 days to page one, that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive. And it challenges this idea that SEO is always this slow, gradual process. Now, it's true that building those long-term sustainable results does take time, but this case study shows that it is possible to see significant movement in a relatively short period.
So it's like a shot of espresso for your website, a little boost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to that laser focus. By targeting a very specific niche with highly relevant content, 5-Star Memories was able to kind of cut through all the noise out there and quickly gain visibility in the search results.
Okay, so someone's listening to this. They're feeling inspired. They want to try something similar. What's your advice? Where do they start?
Well, I always recommend starting with a solid keyword research strategy. Really get to know those keywords that your target audience is actually using to find information related to your business, your industry, or even your personal brand.
So you're not just guessing what people are searching for. You're actually doing the research.
Yeah, get some real data.
Yeah.
There's some great tools out there that can help you with this. Some free, some paid. But even something as simple as Google's autocomplete feature can give you some really good insights into what people are searching for.
Oh, that's a good one. So once you have those keywords, then
You got to use them strategically throughout your content, but don't just like stuff them in there. Make sure they flow naturally within the context of your writing. And remember, quality always trumps quantity. It's better to have a few pieces of really well-written, highly relevant content than a ton of thin, keyword-stuffed content.
yeah, nobody wants to read that.
Exactly.
All right, so we're finding that sweet spot again between optimizing for the search engines and writing for actual humans.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to get creative with your content. Experiment with different formats, videos, infographics, even podcasts. The more engaging and informative your content is, the more likely people are to share it, which can also give your SEO a nice little boost.
This has been a really fascinating deep dive. We really unpacked the key elements of 5-Star Memory success. And hopefully our listeners walking away with some actionable insights that they can apply to their own online presence.
Yeah, I hope so too. And remember, SEO is an ongoing process. It's not a one-and-done kind of thing. You need to be constantly monitoring your results, tweaking your strategy, and adapting to the ever-changing world of search.
So stay curious, stay informed, and never give up on that quest for online visibility.
Well said. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be featuring our listeners' SEO success story right here on The Deep Dive.
That would be awesome. So to our listener, if you're feeling inspired, take action. Start putting some of these strategies into practice and see what happens. You might be surprised by the results.
And remember, we're here to support you on your SEO journey. Keep learning, keep experimenting, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible online.
That's what we like to hear. Until next time, happy optimizing.